So today, I wanted to speak on accepting life on life's terms. Not too long ago, I found myself standing at a crossroads in life, completely stripped of everything I thought that defined me. No possessions, no support, no direction to guide me. Just me, my regrets, and my want to start fresh. I'm a 50-year-old man from a valley in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Life has been no stranger at chucking punches. But if you're watching today, you're probably like me and believe in second chances and a chance to rebuild. Hey everyone, I'm the Gen X Paw, and this is the Gen X Effect, and I hope to earn your subscription. Let's get into it. Accepting life on life's terms. What does that mean? Well, I'll give you my thoughts. Now, please remember, these are my thoughts and my opinions based on my life experiences and mine only. I share them and hope to help somebody. But I definitely don't mean to offend, and if you feel differently, that's okay. You're allowed to. Make you a video and say so. So let's do this. So what is accepting life on life's terms? Well, simply put, it's accepting life as it is, not as you wish it was. Life isn't fair, but denying your reality only makes it more of a struggle. Acceptance doesn't mean you like your situation. It means you acknowledge it and you're truthful with yourself about your current circumstances so you can move forward and upward. I spent years blaming the world for my struggles, thinking life owed me something better. The truth? Life didn't owe me a dang thing, and neither did anybody else. And the moment I listened to that and understood it, I slowly stopped being a victim and started taking responsibility for myself. I had to make peace with my past, own my present situation, and stop waiting for external circumstances to change so I could start living. Some things in our life are out of our control: illness, loss, accidents. But other struggles, they're almost always the result of choices we make, even when we don't want to admit it to ourselves. I can think of many incidents in my life where I had to own my own shit. One big one is me blaming circumstances and situations and other people for me being an absent father for my two young boys when they were growing up. I finally had to admit to myself I was the father and it was my sole responsibility, nobody else's. It was my responsibility as the father to be there, to make it happen, to figure a way out, no matter what was in my way, no matter what I thought was preventing me. It was my job to change that, nobody else's. But instead, I found these reasons as excuses. It made my life easier. Well, the reason I can't do this is because so-and-so won't let me do this, or so-and-so said I can't come around, or whatever it may have been. I was finding excuses. It was just easier to blame others instead of facing the fact that I had a bunch of hard work I needed to do to achieve what I wanted to achieve because of prior choices that I had made that put me in a hard situation. It was all on me. I created my whole situation, and then I blamed everybody else for my situation. And then I couldn't get out of my situation because it was everybody else's fault that wouldn't let me out of my situation. That's got to be the definition of insanity. So what did I do? Well, first thing was first. I had to be honest with myself about myself. Then I had to be honest with my boys. They needed to know what I thought I was doing. They needed to know the mistakes I realized I made. They needed to hear me apologize for it. Then they need to see me try to be something different. And slowly that's what's been going on. We don't have a perfect relationship, but we are a lot closer now than we were. And I have an extremely close relationship with my grandchildren that I cherish greatly. And I wouldn't have none of that if I hadn't stopped and accepted responsibility for my situation and my surroundings that I created. In all my messes, I was the common denominator. That realization was a big one that I needed badly, and I wish it come sooner in life. But I'm grateful it came when it did. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond and the choices you make from here on out. That's where character lies. Thought 3. You heard me say it a few minutes ago. Be honest with yourself about yourself. The hardest conversation you'll ever have is the one you have in the mirror with yourself. But it can also be the most freeing. I had to face my flaws, my stubbornness, my impulsiveness, my unwillingness to ask others for help. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. I couldn't stand the man in the mirror staring back at me anymore. I had to understand that all the bad things in my life were a direct result of the bullshit I allowed in my life. Unnecessary and useless things. People, drugs, blowing any money I did have on niceties for me, thinking I deserved them. No one was making me be that way but me. Maybe I could still lie to everyone else, but I had to at least start being honest with me. The weird thing is once I was honest with myself, it was easy to be honest with everyone else. It was almost freeing. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Seems like I was my biggest critic. I was the one stopping me more than anybody else because it was my thoughts that hindered me the most of what I thought of myself. Honesty about your weaknesses isn't about shame. It's about growth. Once we see where we need work, then we can build a happier, stronger us. 4th thought. Don't give up on yourself. You might feel like the odds are stacked against you, but here's the truth. If you're still breathing, there's still time to alter the story. Our story of life may have not played out the way we had hoped when we was younger, but a rewrite can be better than the original. You're still here, so rewrite the story so it fits you now. This will make it easier to start new habits, better and healthier habits. There's no rule that says just because life's been out of control, you can't assume control of it now. Seize your now. Write your next chapter. Rebuilding is like hiking a mountain. Every step feels hard as hell, and progress might be slow. But every step gets you closer to the summit. And the view from the top is worth every damn ounce of the struggle. Set small goals. Celebrate small wins. Stay patient, and remember, every effort counts. So remember, accept life as it is, take responsibility for your choices, be honest with yourself, and never give up. Life don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Starting over is tough as hell, but I promise you, it's worth it. If I can climb out of the pit I was in, there's no doubt in my mind that you can do it too. We all have more strength in us than we ever realized. So if you're in a tough situation, get up, dust yourself off, and keep climbing. The view from the top is waiting for you. Tonight I want you to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself one thing. What's one small step I can take to climb a little bit higher tomorrow? And then I want you to ask yourself that every night. If I can climb out of the pit I was in, there's no doubt in my mind that you can do it too. We all have more strength in us than we ever realized. I hope somebody gets something from that. I hope it helps make somebody's day just a little bit better, just a little bit more clear to them, maybe a little bit more understanding. If you did get something from that, or if you felt something from that, or you just enjoyed hearing it and you thought it was a decent message, please give me a like, and I hope I earned your subscription. I am the Gen X Pawpaw. This is the Gen X Effect. One love.